Oh, I wish I had the answer. I think there will always be a certain group of people who prefer to ignore reality, who prefer to believe in some kind of a conspiracies, because sometimes the reality is too complicated. It's so nice to believe that there is a mastermind, someone who has a master plan and tells and runs the whole world and prepares. And if you actually see how often decisions are random, how often it's a result of bureaucratic thinking, coincidences, it's very hard to believe. People would really like to have a story that, you know, there is a mastermind, someone who is pulling all the strings. But I think there is a very large group of people who are ready to listen to truth, if it also respects their views. People have concerns about the quality of our democracy, about how our institutions are run. And I think we need to learn how to talk to them in a respectful way, recognizing that there are reasons to be critical about how our democracy is run, but that doesn't necessarily mean we need to undermine it.
First of all, I should say we need a disclaimer. Any possible solution should not interfere with the freedom of expression and the freedom of speech, because this is our one of the most important values that we have, and we have to protect it. But I interviewed some people in the last weeks, and they agree that actions must be taken. And one of the actions I would recommend is for governments to involve millennials, which is my generation, if I might say so, into process making and policy making, and to involve cybersecurity experts from the millennial generation who understand social media tools very well. Also, we have to involve psychologists, because the war, disinformation is a tool, a psychological tool. So we will have to counter it.
See, in the short run, we need active countermeasures. I mean, to find them, to debunk them, to deconstruct them, so to fight actively. However, as long as we keep just fighting the existing piece of disinformation, we will stay reactive. So in the long run, I would suggest education, teaching people about media literacy, teaching people that simply that the thing is on the internet, it doesn't mean it's automatically true. So I would suggest to make a difference between short-term and long-term approaches. In the long run, we need education.